Oh man. Stop. Stop. You're killing me.
That's really cool. That's the first time I've seen him make anything remotely close to a mistake. And he didn't play anything wrong. Sometimes, as musicians, when we're playing, we anticipate something's going to go wrong, or we weren't totally happy with something, so it's sometimes better to stop. I think it's incredibly cool and incredibly humanizing.
Halo Sobat Aliper semua. Bagaimana kabarnya? Semoga Sobat Aliper semua diberi kemudahan dan kelancaran di setiap urusan dan keperluannya. Amin. Kali ini Alipbata membawakan lagu Still Got the Blues dengan penuh penghayatan, sehingga membuat salah satu musisi profesional sangat emosional melihat permainan gitar Alipbata. Walaupun Alip melakukan kesalahan di awal, tapi dianggapnya sebuah kejujuran sebagai manusia biasa. Lalu bagaimana reaksi lengkap mereka? Yuk kita simak.
I just want to stop it there. That shows courage. That says everything. Nobody likes to show mistakes. Everybody's afraid these days of making a mistake. Because as soon as you make a mistake, you're no good. But we all make mistakes. All of us. It's just part of us. No matter how much we practice something, occasionally mistakes happen. I love the fact that Alipbata has left that mistake in. It really shows the human side, the human condition, if you like. That's refreshing. Hats off, sir. Very honest.
All right, there's so much already that's amazing. Let's just start with the rhythm guitar. So I've got my my clean sound on here. I'm going to put a chorus on, and we get something like this. You get the idea. The combination is magic.
That's really cool. That's the first time I've seen him make anything remotely close to a mistake. And he didn't play anything wrong. Sometimes, as musicians, when we're playing, we anticipate something's going to go wrong, or we weren't totally happy with something, so it's sometimes better to stop. I think it's incredibly cool and incredibly humanizing that he's left this in the video, because he could have just edited that out and started later, and it sounded flawless, but for some reason he thought, no, I'm not comfortable with this. And you can see the way he moved to, like, he readjusted how he was sitting to get more comfortable and get more in the zone. It's just really cool that even a monster player like this guy will have a moment where he goes, that's not happening, I'm going to do another pop at it. Brilliant.
Oh man. Stop. Stop. You're killing me. All feel. This is the first time I've seen him with any sort of histrionics in his face. We call that stank face. I make it a lot on my channel. I think I was probably just doing it. This. Oh yeah. He's tapping right into the emotion in this, and he can't help it. I actually think it's refreshing. I like both. I like to see this sort of stoic face where, you know, poker face, letting the music do all the talking, but at the same time there's a humanity comes through whenever we get expression in the face. He's letting it happen. So it shows you that it's not forced, because some people do force that in their playing. They try to perhaps make up for the lack of expression in their playing by pulling silly faces. But the really good players only have it when it's really hitting them, you know, when they're really in the zone. Completely natural. Nothing about this.
Fantastic. So let's just call this what it is. This chord progression is actually Autumn Leaves.
Oh man. I do have to say, right? So there's lots of people that do covers of songs. It's one thing to get the arrangement of a whole, either an orchestra, if it's classical music, or a band, all the different instruments, and put it onto one instrument. That's not easy to do. It's another thing to play it. That's not easy to do. It's another thing to then play it live, right through. That's not easy to do. But what he's really doing here is, despite everything being on one instrument, I can still hear the separation. So I can hear the melody coming through. I can hear the accompaniment at different levels. And more importantly, I'm hearing the original song as he plays this. So he's managing to transport me to the original at the same time as hearing this. That's not easy to do. Hats off again, sir.
So he's strumming and tapping at the same time. Very nice, very nice. Getting some of that Garry Moore bending action in as well. Blues note stuff going on there. Just that little bit there. So this kind of just sliding from the third fret very quickly up a semitone to the fourth, back down, pulling off to the first fret, and second fret on the G. See, much better than if you go.
I love those little flourishes he does, you know, because this is, I don't know this one on guitar, but I love those little flourishes that he does, because obviously the original is on electric guitar, so it's going to have a lot of bends and stuff. Probably should have listened to the original before I did this. I can't quite remember what he does, but if it's around here where she was playing something like this.
Really lovely here is he's playing more softly. Now the sound is quite compressed so that everything stays the same level, so you don't have to keep moving the volume control up and down, but you can hear change in timbre, the texture of the note, just at this bit here. Here. There. Not hitting the strings as hard, lowering the dynamic to get across the kind of emotion, kind of sorrow that's in the song. Using this. Oh, that's going back. Just using his thumb for all that. A sweet picked arpeggio. Bit of tapping as well. Cool.
So, the amount of emotion in here is unreal. Melancholy, pain, you know. And from what you guys have told me, he's a working class guy. He's a forklift driver. But he's a world class musician, obviously. He can do all this stuff. But something that has come to my head is, you know, the emotion that you put into your music has to come from somewhere. And I guess if you're born into money, or you know, you don't need to worry about anything like that, any financial problems. It's not to say that you can't have your own personal problems and difficulties in life. Of course you can. But certainly when you're working class, life can be hard to pay for your family and, you know, your home and all the rest of it. So why am I getting into this? Because I don't think it's a coincidence that the expression that's coming out of this feels real. You know, we're hearing a lot of humanity in this playing. You can't force that, or you can't fake it either. You might be able to find somebody else playing this arrangement, and they may be able to do a good job as well. But it's the same thing with classical piano. A lot of people can play the notes, but can they connect with you? You know, is that person able to transcend the music and basically make a connection from one person to the other? They put themselves into the music, and then that gets picked up, kind of like an antenna. I'm picking this up. It's very heartfelt. He's doing Gary Moore very proud. I'm sure Gary, if he was still alive today, would be impressed. Man, that is beautiful. I was getting properly emotional listening to that. That was serious, really heartfelt.